Hello there, welcome back to Colonial Aztec. Also, as I said, or as noted, I've been told that if I do have 5 vassals for my related reforms, I will lose said 5 vassals, so I think the plan has changed. Basically, that means that instead of using vassals to build land, I'm probably just going to try and create 5 one province vassals potentially here, more so than anything else. That means that Leon here will probably not get any extra land per se. Galicia will probably just be vassalized, and I'll probably again just use Tyrone, Leinster, and Minster, and potentially also Connacht here for this job. After see, I'll probably just leave Leon as it is. Probably conquer some land in Castile. Try and pull through with the goals here, and basically see if we can make something work from that scenario. But again, it's more or less a what if scenario, and hopefully I can pull that off. We'll have to see. But definitely going after Galicia, the 4 Irish miners if possible, and if not, then we'll just go with Leon. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Of course, it's still going to take a while because I do have to colonize probably most of, if not all of the coast to secure myself in a position where we do not have the Portuguese stealing colonies from me. Stealing colonies. Also, we have the French here, which means that war with, to some degree, broken France here might actually be on the cards. But we'll have to see. Worst case now, I'll just have to pop up a colony here, or anywhere else basically here, because France is actually doing some colonizing in the area. So I'll have to consider if I want to do anything along those lines, but it will probably happen. We'll just have to wait and see. And I definitely have to move these guys, but I'm not sure if I can actually get them there in in the safe amount of time. But yeah, potentially, again, I might just ignore Leon completely. I'm a little bit unsure. But if I can secure Galicia and the 4 Irish miners as vassals, it will probably be to my advantage. I have no idea why this peasant army decided to attack me. It's Castilian peasants. They march into Leon to piss me off, basically. But I'm just going to also completely... No, I'm just going to sit back here. I want to be very clear that I'll have to be careful in terms of what I conquer. And if this guy will call that one, there's no really good reason not to right now. We're just going to have to do so. But basically, again, I'm just going to keep on colonizing eastwards and north. And hopefully we can keep Portugal and everyone else at bay. And put ourselves in a good position for... well, the colonization race. I'll also be using these 5,000 troops here to help. It's actually a Granadan army here, so I should probably consider just building an army at home for defensive purposes. And we're actually going to go ahead and just build a regular 12k army to use against Granada. These guys right here, these 5,000 men, will be sent to the colony, so to speak, to just help on protecting them. And I'll probably end up using or setting up quite a bit of colonies here down the line, because again, it's kind of necessary to have them up and running to keep everything safe. Do I want a stability point, or do I want to... no, I guess we'll just take the inflation. It's actually going to be... well, it won't actually be cheaper, but I think it's better in this case since we only have 81 admin power. But even so, it should be fine. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Wow. I might have to consider actually getting rid of some of my my inflation here. So we're actually going to spend some admin power, just get the inflation a little bit down, save a little bit of money. It's not much, but it will help a little bit, hopefully. I might also have to consider getting or just putting this fleet into mothball mode. So I think we're actually going to just match those light ships, and the rest of the ships here are going to be put into a mothball mode, basically because money. The fleet maintenance only went down though by wow. Again, here colonies make a very big difference in terms of how cheap or how expensive things are, as you can see here. So we're going to keep on going with well, the colonies that we have so far, and that is no less than 7 or 8 colonies once we have Pensacola up again. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually support 8 colonies, but again, I think I can do so. I'll just have to allow the armies and navies to not be as grandiose as they have been so far. I'll also get rid of this ship because I do not really need it. It seems like Granada will be able to siege one province, but we should be able to take it back rather quickly here, I hope. Granada just added troops to their army. Is Quito colonizing, or did they just conquer some land? I think they just conquered some land, so I have nothing to worry about there. But again, we need to be wary here that we don't end up in a situation where I basically get mean people to kill me, but hopefully I can defeat Granada's army without any problems whatsoever. For the time being, however, I'll go back to colonizing, and hopefully I'll be able to deal with anything that might come in my way. But again, here I'll just stay back. We'll deal with any forces that we might get our hands on. Castile has a civil war. Pretty good for us. Shouldn't be a issue at all. But as said here, we'll just sit back, we'll colonize, I'll try and deal with the Granadan forces here. And once we have our first battle, I'll get back to you. Unfortunately, the battle against the Granadan forces went rather badly. We lost. So I might have to consider actually taking some of the troops that we're not really using here for the protection, and basically just send them to help out here. But yeah, the colonies they're going at a pretty steady pace here. We might actually get some admin point trouble because of that. But I don't understand why I would need a fleet to transport my troops to Appalachia. This is once again one of those very annoying things, but not really much I can do about that. But again, we're going to send these 7,000 men to help out with the army that ended up getting banished. Now, I'm pretty sure I pressed there and not up in the north there. EU4 has been a little bit weird for me here, so I'm not sure if I might get into trouble. I've had a couple of faults already, but we should be fine. Anyways, I'm going to challenge their army again. Hopefully I can beat it this time. And other than that, I'm just going to keep on colonizing. It should go hopefully very painlessly, but we'll just have to see. And again, the goal is just to secure the coast and, well, wage war on anyone who tries to stop us. Now, in terms of Leon here, we should probably take Asturias, but it's not really a threat as of now. But I'll just siege them for safety's sake. Again, Leon is no longer a vassal target, probably because of the fact that I can't use them. Basically, I want one province minus because if I lose the vassals, I haven't actually checked it. I'm just going on the comment that was made. If I actually lose my vassals, I would prefer not to, but of course can't be guaranteed. Did I just mess up? Yeah, I already had one guy in reserve, so we'll fix that. But I'll wait until I get a cheaper guy to use, because again, I'm using a lot of money on my colonies. I'll probably hire him later though. And again, our armies are just getting devastated by the Granadan army. I might actually have to reduce war exhaustion in a little while if this continues. I think I might have to hire some pedreros here, some cannons to help out, because it seems like we're having far more trouble than we should have, really. So again, I'll just sit back here, we'll colonize, and if anything interesting happens, I'll get to you. We are ready for basically another battle. We're also getting a call for peace here, unfortunately, so I have to deal with that, most likely due to Grenada or Leon here. So my war goal here will be to vassalize Granada. Again, Granada being a one province minor should make that a lot easier. But I'll just move my troops to Vizcaya before we do that, because again, there's no good reason for me to actually hang around. Portugal will not re-siege Bragança, so I have more than enough war scores to keep them at bay. Other than that, I will also demand that they pay war reparations and give me some money. But yeah, that is basically what we want for this. It should be perfectly right. Leon shouldn't be able to colonize. Galicia will love us forever, and well, England is being England, and we lose some prestige. But again, here we are in a pretty solid position. Colony-wise, we're still running with the same amount of colonies, but Granada is actually now out of the picture in terms of war, so they will have to retrieve their armies. But I'm kind of embarrassed at the fact that our troops couldn't really pose any sort of even minor threat to the Granadan forces. We lost, well, more battles than I am comfortable with, but at the very least on our colonial aspects we're doing really good. We're definitely making progress, to put it that way. But for the time being, I'll just keep on colonizing. If anything happens with England or Portugal, I'll get back to you and show you. There will probably be a war against France, but again, I would have preferred to do that after we dealt with Portugal. So it'll probably be after we secure the coast. Now, the war with Portugal has lasted plague, local autonomy. Sure, we can give up some ducats for that, but again, the war with Portugal has lasted for over 60 years, 63 years and counting. We might get a 100 years war in Year 4 here. Also, due to that, I'll go ahead and take Diplomatic Tech 12, the Wharf, Naval Equipment Manufactory, and I can now build a trade company. Very good. I think this is the first and probably only game I've had where I will be ahead in tech. And I just noticed something very, very bad. And that is the fact that Norway has actually started colonizing. What this means is that I'll probably have to set up a colony right here. And again, I'll declare war on Norway with the presumption you basically just burn down their colonies. I need to have a continuous colony. I have no idea if North America, if it goes by the same principle. If not, I'll probably create some sort of colony setup up here. If not, I'll have to consider what I want to do. But we're definitely going for a war here against Norway. And with that in mind, I think I want to check if they're actually a free nation. If they are someone who I can fight on my own, or lonesome, if you will. So let's check it here. Norway, they are currently allied with Denmark, Pomerania, and Novgorod. Basically, they're allied with nations that do not pose any sort of threat to me whatsoever, and that is good because we are definitely going to fight them, and I'm definitely going to snatch the colonies, send my own guys to hopefully make it ours, and hopefully I won't actually get any colonial nations. But it's kind of weird that I didn't pay attention to the Norwegian settlement for so long. We have a new empress, the Mexicatl Hetkatl. I will not pronounce the names, I will just say we have a new empress. We have a fair enough empress, 225. Pretty bad heir, 052. Again, we don't really need anything else but admin points at this stage. Unfortunately, the colonies will take a year to get there. Potentially here, the Norwegian colony can turn into a full one by that time. So hopefully here we can snatch it. We probably won't be able to convert it, but hopefully that will not be too big of a problem. Let's just get that back up. The Navarran. We might again get a revolt in Navarra, but hopefully we can avoid that. I'm hoping. But again, this is mostly just my fault if this becomes a full-fledged colony. But as I said, it'll probably be my colony, even though it probably will be again Norwegian and Catholic, but it will be a memento to them. Worst case now, I'll just have to convert them again. That should be fine. Now, Norway, could you give me the Colonial Casus Belli? Nope. Let's see if we can actually get it at the end of the month. Don't I have a Colonial Casus Belli? Okay, we're going to burn some war exhaustion here and declare war, because apparently I'm not getting the Casus Belli as I should. But it should be fine. Stability point, kind of bad. The war exhaustion, not so bad. We're doing pretty good in terms of that. So we'll declare war. Funny enough, I would probably have gotten it after this month, but kind of weird. Anyways, we'll go for getting to this before it becomes a full-fledged colony, which we will actually manage to do. And we will just seize it straight up and straightforward. Again, here I will have to boost the stability, which is kind of bad, but we'll reduce the war exhaustion as soon as we get there. Navarro nationalists rising up in Vizcaya, again showing that we do have some issues with our troops, which is not good, but not really much to do about that. I'm currently losing a lot of money. That is basically because I'm one colony more than advisable, I guess you could say. But basically I'm going to keep these few ships and boats up here to keep everything controlled. Placentia will probably be a problem child, as is Catholic and Norwegian, but it's something we'll just have to deal with. But on that note, I don't think it will be too bad. And again, I'm actually just getting level 2 guys, so I'll hire one of them for military, because again, we do need to catch up in military power. But I'm not happy with the outcome of having to do this. Sorry, unfortunately not. But it should be fine. We'll send colonists, and which colony did get completed? This one? Good. But yeah, I'll just keep my eyes up on in terms of Norway and colonizing. And Portugal has completely been taken over by Morocco, which again is actually very positive. But colonial wise, I'll just have to be very careful here, keep on colonizing slowly and surely. And again, I'll probably secure the northern lands. I'm a little bit unsure if I want Greenland, but if Norway does me the favor of colonizing it, I'll probably snatch it. But now at least we have a northeastern colony set up. We'll do the same for South America once we get there, and hopefully I can secure some islands to make it easier in the future too. But this is unfortunately the end. Very uneventful episode, but we're making progress on colonization. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.